Imagine a world without mosquitoes. No more buzzing around your ears, no more itchy bites on a summer night, and most importantly, no more deadly diseases transmitted through their tiny needle-like mouths. It sounds like a dream, right? But what if we actually killed off all the mosquitoes? Would it be paradise, or could we face unexpected consequences that ripple through ecosystems around the globe? Let's dive into what would really happen if we wiped out one of the deadliest creatures on Earth. Mosquitoes aren't just annoying little pests, they're the deadliest animals on the planet. These tiny insects are responsible for nearly 1 million human deaths each year. Malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever. Mosquitoes spread them all. And the way they do it is terrifyingly efficient. A mosquito bites an infected person, slurps up some blood along with the virus or bacteria, and then moves on to its next victim. When it bites again, it injects its saliva into the new host, along with whatever disease it picked up. It's like nature's worst syringe. And it's not just humans who suffer. Mosquitoes also infect animals and livestock with devastating consequences. With a death toll like that, getting rid of mosquitoes sounds like a no-brainer. But let's consider what we're up against first. There are trillions of mosquitoes on Earth, 7 trillion in Alaska alone. Yes, you heard that right. Even in the frozen wilderness, these bugs thrive. Thanks to rising global temperatures, mosquitoes are now living in places we'd never expect. So, how do we even begin to eliminate them? One idea is bats. These flying mammals can devour 600 mosquitoes in an hour. In theory, if we had enough bats, we could use them as natural mosquito exterminators. But here's the catch. What do we do once the skies are filled with billions of bats? Swapping one airborne menace for another doesn't sound like a great solution. Plus, as much as bats love mosquitoes, they can't eat enough to keep up with the mosquito population explosion. So, while bats are helpful, they're not going to be our saviors here. Maybe we need to get more scientific. Mosquitoes suck blood not for a meal, but to nourish their larvae. Females need the protein in blood to lay eggs. So, what if we could stop them from reproducing altogether? That's where genetically modified mosquitoes come in. Scientists have been working on creating male mosquitoes that don't bite and, crucially, can only produce sterile offspring. Release enough of these mosquitoes into the wild, and over time, the population would collapse. No more mosquitoes, no more disease. It sounds like a solid plan, but it would take decades to have a lasting effect. Patience is key in this fight. Now let's imagine we've done it. Mosquitoes are gone. The first and most obvious benefit? Millions of lives would be saved every year. No more malaria-ridden regions, no more children dying from dengue fever, no more livestock lost to mosquito-borne diseases. You could enjoy a warm summer evening without slathering on bug spray or worrying about getting bitten. Animals would be safer too. It's hard to imagine anyone missing these deadly pests. But wait, don't mosquitoes contribute to the food chain? Some birds, bats and frogs do eat mosquitoes. However, it turns out mosquitoes aren't a major part of any predator's diet. They're more like a side snack. These animals would quickly adapt to other food sources. In fact, in areas where mosquitoes are scarce, we don't see any significant declines in mosquito-eating species. The ecosystem wouldn't collapse if mosquitoes disappeared. There would still be plenty of flies, gnats, and other small insects to keep them fed. And while it's true that mosquitoes pollinate some plants, they're not the only pollinators in the ecosystem. Bees, butterflies, and other insects would continue doing that job just fine. Mosquitoes aren't crucial to the pollination process on a global scale. So, when it comes to the circle of life, it looks like mosquitoes wouldn't be missed much at all. But before we rush to press the exterminate button, let's consider some unexpected consequences. Did you know that some scientists believe mosquitoes may actually help protect the Amazon rainforest? It sounds bizarre, but the logic goes like this. Mosquitoes are so unbearable in certain parts of the rainforest that they keep humans away. Loggers and developers are deterred by the constant swarms, and as a result, some areas of the rainforest remain untouched. It's a strange way for nature to defend itself, but there might be some truth to it. If mosquitoes vanished, would we see even more deforestation? Then, there's the uncomfortable thought that mosquitoes might be nature's population control. The human population is skyrocketing, and while it's grim to consider, diseases spread by mosquitoes do reduce the number of people on the planet each year. Without mosquitoes, would we see even faster population growth, potentially straining our already limited resources? It's a chilling thought, but one worth pondering. Still, it's hard to argue that keeping mosquitoes around to protect rainforests or limit human populations is a good reason to let them continue killing millions of people. Genetically modified mosquitoes may be the key to finally eradicating this tiny terror. The potential benefits far outweigh the risks. We could save millions of lives, protect vulnerable communities, and allow future generations to live without the threat of mosquito-borne diseases hanging over them. In the end, the idea of a world without mosquitoes is more than just a pleasant fantasy. It's a future within reach. Scientists are working on it, and while it may take decades to see the full effect, it's possible that one day mosquitoes could be a thing of the past. No more bites, no more buzzing, no more malaria. The world could be a much safer and more comfortable place without them. And who knows? Maybe in the process, we'll find even better ways to manage the delicate balance of life on Earth, making sure that the ecosystems that thrive now can continue to flourish, even without these tiny killers buzzing around. So, what would happen if we killed all the mosquitoes? It might just be one of the best decisions humanity ever made.